dropping it in here. Oh, I haven't done anything on Twitter yet. I should probably do that. Okay, well now it's black. I don't know. Are you tabbed out?
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Okay. Am I tabbed out? Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Let me post to Twitter real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure why I do this half the time. I don't have like any illusions about like, oh, I'm a good professional streamer. I don't know.
Archival.
Yeah, I guess more than anything. It's still fun. I can't spell my own name. There we go. Okay.
We are still on number of chapters. Goddamn.
We're still on Webwa?
We are unsure on the number of chapters.
Oh, yeah.
So tonight could be the finale.
Who knows? Or we could be
have
here
an
forever.
Or we could be here forever.
This is maybe this is the classic. It's always been hell this whole time. We're in purgatory. I hope not. I don't love those stories, but who knows? I'm still mad that we went through all of that effort to save Beth, and then she just goes and gets murdered.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
That's not.
It's so bad.
Did you want to take another look at Needy Streamer?
Yeah, if you want.
That art the other day reminded
The iris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was actually really cool art. But yeah, I'm down to take another look if you want. It was kind of weird, but like it was interesting too.
If tonight is the finale, we can take a look. If we're stuck in purgatory, we could also just take a break.
Yeah, true.
No, yeah, but it's definitely not a stream game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information flying around to keep track of. To also have to narrate all of that is intense.
Yeah, it's not that kind of game, really.
No. It's a devil in the details kind of game.
I was gonna say there's so many like little things, and you have to like decide all of them.
Yeah. I think we take it slow for the first playthrough, of which we got through like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then once we get through that first playthrough, we go like, okay, sure. Now
start fucking with it.
How do we? And then we can just speed through it because we know, quote unquote.
Yeah, like until we get to something that's like super different and random, then.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure at some point they diverge enough to like be the reason for there to be so many.
I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find like main endings, because there is the type of game where like little things change.
Mm-hmm.
And you get different endings based on like this stat is just below the threshold that you needed. This stat is just above the threshold that you needed.
Yeah, that would make sense. You went down the dark cult path or whatever it was. And your paranoia is fucked
we were
up.
looking at cult shit, weren't we?
Yeah. That was interesting, and it was like warning you. It was like, you can do this, but it might affect your mental health.
Fuck it.
That's the other thing too, is it was like, oh, you have to take pills every day, and it's like, man, I do that every day anyways.
Alright, we're good to go?
I think so.
Usually I'm in the standing. Standings don't matter. We have a murderer among us.
Yeah. Do we want to place bets on who it is before we do anything.
Sure, you start.
I think it's... I don't see any... To me, the most likely person, just based off of statistics, is Ray, but I kind of want to say...
That he wouldn't do something like that?
Yeah, especially after all the effort she put into saving his life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be Aether, because I feel like she also has... morals. So my guess is that, like, intersection of probable and want it to be, I think it might be Tiana. Because I know that she had an alibi with Sean, but now that Sean's dead,
Sean
like,
no...
maybe they were lying the whole time, because who would just sacrifice themselves like that?
Guilty.
Yeah.
I think it's Aether.
Really?
There's something going on with that fucking girl.
No, I will agree with that. I just don't know if it's, like, murder or if it's just, like, whatever else.
She murdered with... It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, this feeling I have. I feel like she has no ill intent.
Yeah.
And somehow that is not mutually exclusive with, I think she's a fucking murderer.
I guess that's fair.
Anywho, Flash. That's a good chapter name.
Yeah, I love that.
Do we need a recap?
I don't think so, unless there's anything that you were wanting to, like, re-examine.
No.
I mean, a recap is we're down 2 party members, essentially.
Yeah. We were up 2, now we're down 2.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Is it not possible that it's still Scent's fault somehow?
Excuse me. Putting aside the fact that Scent can't physically interact with us without using electronics, this is unlike anything Scent's ever done. He didn't make a big show of it. He didn't even tell us she'd been killed. And then he doesn't even mention it.
How many interactions did they have with Scent after Beth had been killed? And he doesn't say anything about it once?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I know the big one was when we were in Liza's test corner. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else besides that.
Well, then, could it have been someone else entirely? An 8th person? Yes, the missing 16th student. Fucking dang it.
Mukuru Ikasabe. I hesitate to use the word impossible, but I find it highly unlikely that someone's been hiding from us this whole time. There's no evidence to support it. It had to have been one of us. What if we just blacked out and did it?
We were with Liza.
Maybe Liza didn't want to snitch.
For the entire duration of, like, there was no space for us to black out. Because we were looking for Liza, we found Liza, we dragged her into a dead end.
Yeah, that is true.
And we stayed there. There was no space for us to just sleeper agent.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I understand, but I don't want to believe that one of us is capable of murder. The time for wishful thinking is over. We have to look at facts. Holy shit.
Was that a holy shit with the voice thing, or was that holy shit like a realization of something?
No, that was my voice.
Oh, okay.
Been suspicious of Beth's deaths from the start, but I'd have never suspected this.
Yeah, this was quite the find. It does beg the question, though. How did you unlock the door, Ink? Well,
Do not tell them you've been conspiring with voices in your head. It never goes well.
Yeah, how are you supposed to explain that and not get made out to be the traitor. I can't very well admit that a voice in my head told me, what's an easy cover-up? Sent told me. He's spoken to me privately a number of times, and it turns out he dropped a few hints in there. I only pieced everything together a few moments ago. I see.
Liza, who hadn't spoken a word since leaving her corner, suddenly perked up. Aside from a pair of bloodshot eyes, her bearing was back to normal.
I guess all of this talk about murder jolted her out of her melancholy. Same as me, kinda. It's awful, but convenient. So, one of us 5 contestants is a murderer, then?
No! Fun fact. Well, one of them 3.
Yeah. Not quite. From where I'm sitting, it could only have been one of 4 people. Oh, so you're including everyone but yourself? No, I'm including everyone except for me and you. You and I were in the stone hallway when Beth was murdered. We're the only 2 contestants with someone to vouch for them. That leaves Aether, Ray, Tiana, and Sean, technically. As far as I'm concerned, Liza, you and I are the only people who are free of suspicion. That's easy for you to say. Who's to say the 2 of you didn't conspire on this together?
You've got to keep in mind that Ink was the one to find the murder weapon. If he wanted to keep us from finding out, why would he have brought it up in the first place? Unless it's all part of some crazy gambit, which I find highly unlikely.
Whatever. You're all far too trusting for your own good. I want to go over what I think happened. But first, how about we head over to the next room? If this wing follows the same pattern as all the others, it ought to be a bar of some kind. This could take a while, so we should probably have a seat.
Sure. Wordless Leaf began to make their way through the door.
Ink. So what's the plan? This is usually the part of the story where the detective rounds everyone up, goes over the facts, and names a culprit. But I'm barely qualified to be a sidekick, much less a detective. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we should probably start by laying everything out like you said. We might be able to piece something together. Yeah, I guess it's our best call. I know you're innocent, so I'm counting on you to help me out, okay? It's not like I've got a choice. I appreciate it. Let's go then.
Ink made his way into the next room. As he suspected, it was a tightly packed bar, quiet save for idle footsteps and the dull drone of the monitor. The other contestants were pacing about. Hey. It's, a puzzle, monitor.
A puzzle, you say? I was like, are you kidding me? They're just gonna throw us into it, and then, wow, that was a good fake out game. Nah, now's not the time for that. We're not going anywhere until we figure out who killed Beth.
And what if we can't figure it out? We're just gonna give up on escaping?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. First, let's get all of our facts straight. Right, where was everyone when Beth was killed? I was solving a puzzle in the Black Wing with Sean.
That puzzle was solved.
Yeah, that's fair.
I forgot to turn the music down. Fuck.
Right, he'd mentioned. Were you and Sean ever separated during that time? Not that I remember.
How convenient that Sean's no longer around to corroborate your story.
Whoa. Did Aether just get accusatory? I was literally thinking the same thing. You're one to talk considering your alibi is the weakest.
That's why she's talking.
Mm-mm-mm. Finger pointing can wait until we've laid everything out. You're up next, Aether. Where were you when Beth was killed?
I was searching the other rooms in that same hallway. I started with the doors on the left, got to the end of the hallway, looped back around on the right until I entered the room with Beth's body.
That's about 10 or so rooms. Obviously, you had to come back out into the hallway after searching each one. And yet you didn't see or hear anything suspicious that whole time?
Nothing. Not until I saw the body, anyway. Oh, though there was that earthquake when I entered the final door on the left side. But everyone must have felt that.
Yeah, that earthquake was Ink's fault, by the way. Gee, thanks.
That leaves me, I guess.
Sure does. Where were you again?
I was lying down one of the other rooms in that same hallway. First one to the left, actually. Was trying to rest a bit. Beth had suggested it.
Thanks. So, if I'm interpreting things correctly, the killer entered the hallway, ripped the painting off of the wall, went into the hotel room, and killed Beth with a single blow to the back of the head. Then they must have opened the locked door with the same trick that Ink used. They tossed the painting in there thinking no one would find it. Not that there was really anywhere else to hide it.
That seems like an awful lot of actions that has to be taken in the hallway itself.
Yeah, that is true.
And if all the bedrooms are just basic fucking bedrooms, right? How thoroughly can you search them before,
Yeah.
how invested can you get that you don't hear someone ripping a painting off the fucking wall?
Yeah, that is a little suspicious. What's more is that they've had to have done it without being spotted by Aether, who was constantly in and out of the hallway. Wouldn't that have taken some crazy good timing?
Not necessarily. What is this tone shift?
Yeah, for real, what the fuck?
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
If Aether had done it, she wouldn't have had to time anything. She'd have plenty of time to kill Beth without worrying about anyone noticing. Right. Got the stammering. I always thought you were suspicious.
Damn. You really think it was her? After all we've been through?
Don't let personal bias cloud your judgment. We've known her for less than a day.
And you think she did it solely because she had the best opportunity?
That's part of it, sure, but there's an even bigger reason I suspect Aether.
Oh, what do you know? What do you know?
She never mentioned the missing painting. The murder weapon? What about it?
Yeah, what gives? I noticed the missing painting myself. We probably all did, but it didn't seem strange enough to comment on. This hotel's got smoke-filled bars and rooms with huge cracks on the walls. I didn't think a missing painting was out of place.
Not if the painting was there when they entered the hallway the first time, right?
True.
True, but you've got to remember that there were two people who had seen the painting on the wall before it had been ripped off. Beth herself, and Aether. So why didn't you mention that the painting was missing when we were going over Beth's murder? Honestly, I didn't notice. It's not like I spent a lot of time looking at the thing. Heck, I didn't even notice it had a glass cover until I found it in the washroom. That's a weak excuse and you know it. My brain didn't even register that it was missing until Link found it again. I can be a little scatterbrained sometimes, but I'm not a murderer.
Oh, was it an anonymous mistake? Or was it really her?
Besides, wouldn't you have seen the painting too? You were also in the hallway before the painting had been torn off. I had been in the hallway before, sure, but only while I was having one of those bleeding attacks. I wasn't exactly able to take this around.
Yeah, I remember that. Beth guided you into that hall and then presumably into one of the hotel rooms.
Exactly. So the only person who might have noticed that the picture was missing is Aether.
That is pretty fishy.
Also, for what it's worth, I don't think Tiana would do something like this. Oh shit, that? Unlike Aether, I know Tiana pretty well. She ain't a good person, but I don't think she'd kill someone.
Well, shit.
That leaves Aether as the only possibility.
What do you have to say about that, Aether?
I can understand why Ray thinks I did it, and I think it's mature of him to look past his grievances with Tiana and decry her innocence. Which is too bad, because I know Tiana's lying.
Because you're clairvoyance or some shit? What?
You said that you and Sean never split up, but I'm not buying it. Like I said before, he's no longer around to back you up. When we asked him, he said you were solving the puzzle together, not that you had never split up. You were the one who added that bit. I'm sure it would have been easy for you to excuse yourself for a moment.
You're pulling at straws. Even if I did split it from Sean, which I didn't, by the way, that means I'd only have had, 3 or 4 minutes to run over to the Blue Wing and murder someone? Hypothetically, oh god, Ben Shapiro. Hypothetically, if Sean and I had been separated for more than a few minutes, he certainly would have mentioned it. Am I wrong?
Well, it's true that you'd only have a few minutes to carry out the murder. That's exactly why I think it was you.
Huh? What are you getting at? This ought to be rich.
The weapon was hidden by someone who was in a hurry. Even if the weapon was hidden by someone who knew the trick about the locks, it was still hidden right next to the body itself. If I, or even Ray, were responsible, we'd have had time to hide the weapon in a more secure location.
Such as?
Another fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
One of the other washrooms in that hall. Or somewhere in the study. Anywhere else, really.
It was still behind a locked door. Maybe they thought it'd be fine?
It's still just one measly mechanical lock. Don't forget that we have someone here who can pick lock. What's more is that there was zero attempt to clean up the crime scene in any way. I think it's a clear sign that the culprit was short on time.
You're delusional. This is all just conjecture based on the assumption that Sean and I split up at some point, but we didn't.
You say that, but I've got a strong hunch that the two of you split up briefly.
A hunch? That's it? This is a joke.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
She's obviously referring to her clairvoyance, but can that power of hers be trusted? Can she be trusted?
Besides, she and Sean both appeared later than the rest of us. Don't tell me that's not super suspicious.
Are you seriously going to believe a mere hunch, Ink? I haven't decided yet. If you let her pull the wool over your eyes, things aren't going to end well for any of us. I take it you think Aether's the culprit? Oh, no.
Don't accuse Ray.
Yeah. She may have a few screws loose, but she's too weak to have killed anyone, both physically and mentally.
She's gonna accuse Ray.
Yep. Besides, I know for a fact that Ray was the one to murder Beth. What the fuck? He goes out of his way to defend her, and she's like, nope.
The fuck? You're gonna up and accuse me after I vouch for you?
Happily. Like you said, we've known each other for a long time. I know full well what you're capable of.
With one arm,
Yeah,
his
for real.
non-dominant hand.
Not sure what she thinks. What makes you think that Ray did it? First of all, he was in a great position to run into Beth's room and kill her. He claims he was resting, but nobody knows what he was really up to in that room. He could have easily been listening through the door, waiting for Aether to leave the hall so that he could make his move. His room, the room where Beth was found, and the painting were all relatively close to one another. It had been no problem, even for someone with a missing arm.
You seriously think I killed Beth after she saved my life?
Oh, I have no idea why you did it. But you've killed before. You have it in you to do it again. What?
I'm sorry, what?
You're just gonna drop that? Wait, what?
Not people. Not on purpose.
What then? What did you do, Ray? I'll never tell you, but I will.
Tiana, don't. Tiana paused, casting a forlorn gaze in Ray's direction.
I'm not letting you walk twice.
She turned back to Ink and continued, seemingly unperturbed.
I'm not sure what he told you about his past, Ink, but I'm sure he was happy to admit his arson streak.
Oh, come on.
What the fuck?
Okay, no, Sure.
Arson? For real? It's the reason we broke up. The real reason. Ray was looking to approach a committee called the Belbridge University Sponsorship Council to fund an algorithm he was working on. RN, an advanced search algorithm or something along those lines. That's the one. But Ray was hesitant to part with his precious algorithm. The council was run by a handful of professors, and he didn't want to share RN with just anyone. So he did some digging. Could he trust these people?
They were garbage, nearly all of them. Extortion, bigotry, embezzlement made me sick.
Yeah, but instead of reporting them to the police like a normal person, you had to go all vigilante and burn their fucking property down. Was it some more sense of justice, or did you just want to bring successful people down to your level? Is this true, Ray? What Tiana's saying?
Yes. I torched 3 buildings, almost 4. 2 of them were their homes. One was that bookstore you liked.
What? That was you?
The owner took advantage of a few of his students. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jeez, I had no idea he was even on that council. My father was on that council too. Were you the...
Yeah, that was me.
I was in the house that night. I could have died.
I didn't know. I figured if anyone was inside, they'd be able to make it out without any issue. It was a big house, tons of windows. But, you know, if someone is blind...
Yeah. I was blind!
I didn't know that, obviously.
If someone hadn't tipped off our security, we wouldn't have had the extra personnel to chase you off. You could have killed me!
I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I didn't want to hurt anyone, I just wanted to drive those people out of the council, to give them enough other stuff to deal with that they'd drop out.
Bullshit. You said you wanted to cure them of their materialism. How sick in the head do you have to be to say something like that? Hold on a sec. He told you about his arson spree? No, but he was spending a few nights out suspiciously late. So, I decided to do a little digging of my own. I thought he'd been cheating on me. I never would have imagined the truth to be so much worse. As if destroying someone's home wasn't rotten enough, he was even heartless enough to kill. So it's true then? You ended up killing someone?
It ain't like that. I always made sure that no one would get hurt, but... pets weren't part of that equation.
I was gonna say you probably killed a dog or something. It was after his 3rd fire that I was able to piece everything together. The years we'd spent together no longer mattered. I knew I had to make him pay for what he'd done.
But for all your posturing, you didn't go to the cops either. You did the pettiest thing possible and took our infamy.
Man, you two bitches deserve each other. I may not have gone to the police, but I did have the foresight to tip off the Thatcher residence and prevent any more damage. But, like, why didn't you go to the police? Prison wasn't good enough. I wanted him to feel the loss that he inflicted upon those men and women. I wanted him to feel as betrayed as I did. Oh, and that's why he couldn't prove that RN was his. You'd have just ratted him out to the police if he'd spoken out against you. And vice versa. He'd have spilled the beans about your plagiarism if you later approached the police. You had knives at each other's throats. I never have imagined any of this. You both seem so normal, I guess.
Neither one of them seemed fucking normal.
Yeah. Like I said, these bitches deserve each other. They're both fucked up. This is what happens when you deal with Ray. He's a sociopath who brings out the worst in people. Including you, ma'am. No one else here could kill someone and act so normal afterward. If this doesn't convince you that Ray is responsible for Beth's death, I don't know what will.
I'm not the man I was all those years ago. Beth was a good person. I didn't kill her.
Then who did?
Wouldn't there be blood all over the place if Ray did it?
Yeah, probably. That's what I would think.
A little bit somewhere.
Something.
I stand by what I said. It had to have been either. Leave me out of this. I'm telling you, it was Tiana.
I go over Ray's irrational criminal history and you still don't believe me? Ah! Everyone just shut up for a second. I can't concentrate with everyone yelling at me.
Yes, of course.
So everyone's given their side of the story. But who did it? Who do I believe? Oh my god, is this gonna be a choice? Okay, good. I was like, whoa. Ink, can we step aside for a moment? What about the others? We aren't going to kill each other while you're off talking in the corner, if that's what you were worried about. Fine. I don't know how long we'll be, so you might as well get comfy. I'd rather not.
With that, Tiana retreated to the corner of the room, putting her back to the far wall.
So, what do you think? I don't think there are significant enough holes in any of their stories to name a culprit.
You don't?
None that I've noticed, anyway. No, you're right. I don't think we've got an airtight case against any of them. Do you have any outstanding thoughts on any of the three specifically? Tiana strikes me as the most enigmatic of the three. I was starting to like her, but ultimately I don't know very much about her. Everything she said sounded sensible, but I don't know. Something about her still doesn't feel quite right. What's weird to me is that she thinks Ray is the culprit and not Aether. If you look at the facts, Aether is definitely the most suspicious of the three. But rather than hard facts, Tiana's accusation is based on character. Do you think she's blinded by revenge? I'll ignore that comment for now. Anyway, when there aren't enough facts to go off of, I don't think it's unreasonable to accuse someone based on past experiences. Maybe. Evidence is still king, though. Man, I still can't believe Ray burned down Belbridge Brooks. You think that's bad? I just learned that Ray nearly killed me a few years ago. I thought I trusted him, but I'm not so sure anymore. Why would he want to kill Beth, though? It doesn't make any sense. Why would any of them want to kill Beth? I don't think motive is something we'll be able to figure out right now. We'll have to focus on means and opportunity instead. Speaking of which, I know. Aether had the best opportunity. She had the biggest window to carry out the crime. I really don't want it to be her. Me neither. If it wasn't Aether, the culprit would have had to be really quick or really lucky to sneak into Beth's room undetected. Well, maybe they had some help. If the murderer somehow knew that the earthquake was coming, they could have planned around it. That's a big if. Is it? The earthquake staggered us, but we didn't even fall down, you know? If someone had known it was going to happen, I bet they could have moved between rooms while it was going off. Even if that is true, how do we prove that someone knew about the earthquake? I don't know, okay? I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to look at this from every angle. Cover every possibility. Chill, I'm not trying to attack your theories, specifically. Playing devil's advocate helps me think through things. I'm aware that I can't afford to dismiss everything. There's too much online. You mean on the line? Listen, it's been a long day.
He sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose as if it would suddenly spur him awake. It did not.
So what else have you got? Is there anything else you think I'm overlooking? There's one thing, yeah. I hate to bring this up, but we can't leave Sean out of the equation. It could have been him, too. I know. At the same time, even if it was him, there's not much we can do about it.
Actually, I'm pretty convinced that Sean didn't do it at this point.
What makes you say that?
Because Tiana's alibi is Sean. She has no reason to cover up if they split apart for any period of time.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That does make sense.
Because, like, if they did, if they were apart for... And now I'm reasonably certain it isn't Tiana as well.
Really?
Because if they had split it apart for any period of time, right? She would have mentioned that, blamed Sean, and nobody can verify.
Do you think she would be worried that they wouldn't believe the guy who just sacrificed himself would have killed somebody?
I don't... That could be part of her calculations, yeah. But...
I think it makes sense.
I guess...
Just offering an
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I guess if it pokes a hole into her alibi, that they did separate for a period of time, and then she looks like she's deflecting onto someone who can't defend themselves, that would look suspicious.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't have a clue.
I don't think she's the type of person to just ignore a suspicion like that.
Yeah.
She seems never split.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, I said that we couldn't have blacked out and done it because we were with Liza the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
What if Aether blacked?
Oh, I guess that's true. Oh no. I got a famous bot. Goodbye. Okay. He'd have had the same alibi as Tiana, plus he went and sacrificed himself shortly after. Is it just me, or did Beth seem a little suspicious of him? Sean, that is. I think you're imagining things, though. I think she knew someone was going to come after her.
He reached into his jacket pocket and ran his fingers across Beth's letter, if only to make sure it was okay.
At the very least, she suspected it. Then why didn't she say anything about it? I don't know. But I trust Beth. If she knew something, I bet there was a good reason for not sharing it with us.
This is the part where we break privacy. and see if there's any evidence in the letter.
Yeah. That if he thinks it's tied to the letter, then yeah, because I wasn't getting those vibes. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope you're right.
The room quieted down as the contestants chewed on their...
We've gone over so many details, but I don't feel like we've made any actual progress towards finding the killer. Why does it feel like we're going in circles? And why is my heart beating so quickly? Ugh. I'm never going to solve it at this rate. So, I never asked. Now that we've gone over everything, do you think you know who it was? Oh, okay. Do you think this actually has any bearing, or?
I don't know. It could. Is your suspicion still the same as it was at the start?
I think so. I don't know. They all seem like equally suspicious. I think I still think Ray's the least suspicious, but both Aether and Tiana kind of have enough suspicion for me that I think I'm still leaning towards Tiana a little bit more.
Okay.
It's interesting.
It was Tiana. That's what I think.
Is this the voice in our head?
That was asking us. That was asking us, not Ing.
Nobody asked you. Be quiet.
God, I love this shit. Shaking his head in an attempt to drive me out, Ink refocused on the person in front of him. Did I ever show you the... Zero chapter?
Your Zero chapter, or?
My Zero chapter, yeah.
Ooh, I feel like yes, but honestly, it's been a while since I've...
I need to rewrite it anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I feel like I need to rewrite it.
I feel like you have. I feel like you've shown it to me. I'm pretty sure. But it all kind of blends together since the kind of ZTD nature of everything.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I don't know who did it. I can't even narrow it down to 2 people. Are they working for Scent? Is Scent working for them? I have no idea. I'm at a loss for what to do. We just don't have enough evidence. It's never stopped you before, though. You didn't have any concrete evidence when you first discovered that Scent was speaking to us in real time. Yeah, but that wasn't real detective work. Just a cheeky trick. Who's to say you couldn't do something like that again? Aside from possibly the culprit themselves, you know more about exit corners than anyone here. Maybe you can leverage that knowledge and trick the murderer into revealing something. Knowing more than anyone else is hardly an accomplishment. I mean, look at all the good it's done us. All I've ever done is delay the inevitable. Face it, Liza, I'm useless.
What?
This is suddenly taking a weird turn. Oh, don't give me that crap. I may not like you, but I know you can do this. You could have fooled me, Liza.
She grabbed him by the collar and stuck her face not an inch away from his own.
You've got nearly 24 hours worth of events to rummage through. You've got your Gemini. You've got me. Stop being so mopey. I'm not letting you just give up.
know what it was about your tone just there, but you, like, for a second there, you perfectly nailed Daddy's Little Rich Girl.
Yes, I will take it.
It was a strangely invigorating gesture. It was as if she were lending him some of her grit.
Right. You're right.
She finally let him go where she could see his panic dissipate.
All I need is one thing. One good lead. That's it.
His brain running on fumes, and closed his eyes and reached through his memory. He had to try. He had thought back on his time in the Four Elements, on the 5 original contestants, the 2 new ones, and the cybernetic mastermind behind it all. He thought back on the puzzles, on the trials and traps in his way and the negative space required to overcome them. He thought back on his Gemini, on the messages Sean sent him, the ones sent him.
Since I was literally thinking the same thing. Wait a sec.
Ink fumbled for his Gemini, nearly dropping it in the process. He scrolled through his message history until he found what he was looking for. It was as he'd remembered, the tiniest of hints, but a hint nonetheless.
Hey, Liza? You think of something? You still have pen and paper in that bag of yours, right? Yep, some envelopes and flashcards too. But what's it for? I'll need 3 pens and 3 flashcards. We're going all in. Busting out the poker terms, are we? This must be the real deal.
Liza fished the goods out in seconds. Ink grabbed them from her as he made his way to the center.
Hey everyone, we're done talking. Come over here to the bar.
Ray, who was really only a few paces away from Ink, pivoted in his chair to face him. So did you figure out who it was?
Something like that. I need everyone to grab one of these and one of these.
The other 2 reached Ink just as he was handing out the flashcards and pens. What are these for?
It's time for a pop quiz.
Ooh.
I don't feel comfortable doing this. This is so clearly meant to deceive us somehow. If you're innocent, you've got nothing to worry about.
Suddenly silent, Tiana ripped the items out of Ink's outstretched hand.
Everyone good? I'm gonna have you all write something for me.
Hang on, I'm not going to be able to write with only my left hand. Can't even hold the paper down.
Liza, can you hold the flashcard still for Ray? Oh, fine. Will that help, Ray?
A little. Just don't expect it to be super legible.
That'll be fine. Okay, everyone got a spot at the bar? Good. To start, can you each write your name at the top left of the card? Full name? Yeah, full name. Next, in the top right of the card, I'd like you to write today's date.
You mean
No talking, just write it out. I wonder if that's defaulted to be March or if that, like, senses on your computer where you are.
Nodding meekly, Aether returned to her sheet.
Next, below your name, I want you to write out the following question. How many contestants are playing exit corners?
Come on, man. I'm having enough trouble writing things out as it is. Do I have to write out that entire thing?
Sorry, you need to write the question out in full. How many contestants are playing exit corners? Does it have to do with it being written out or something? Quit your whining, it's just a few words. We're almost done, I promise. Finally, well, you've probably guessed it. Just answer the question. Print the number below the question itself.
Ink waited a moment for the group to write their answers and put their pens.
Done.
Me too. Same. Don't say I didn't warn you.
That's it then. Hand me your papers.
Ink took their flashcards and set them down in a nearby.
What? What? Okay. Aether is a day ahead of everybody, and they all have different numbers. But the thing I'm noticing the most is that Tiana is exit/corners, which makes me think that like if you didn't
Oh,
know,
shit.
if you had only ever heard it said out loud, how would you know
Yeah.
there was a slash?
Yeah. Oh. You were right.
I was right.
Ink took another moment to scan the cards.
I didn't expect them to be so different from one another.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I think I did. There's one key detail here that suggests to me that one of you knows more than you're letting on. What about you, huh? Did you figure it out?
I had gotten so wrapped up in what I was doing that it took me a moment to realize that Ink had directed the last question at me.
I know you're there. Humor me, will you? Do you know what I was referring to? What element stands out as suspicious?
And that's why the chapter is named Slash.
Oh, shit, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Oh. Yeah.
They're questions, of course. You insisted that they spell it in full, after all. In fact, I think I see what you were getting at.
Good observation.
Ink turned to his fellow contestants.
First of all, thanks for cooperating. I don't like having to boss people around.
So what was with the questionnaire? How many contestants are playing exit corners? Were you counting Beth? John?
Oh, that's irrelevant. As some of you may have already guessed, the answer isn't what's important here. Most of what I had you write down served as a distraction. Your names? Interesting. Maybe. But I don't have a way to verify that you're telling the truth. The date? I see two different answers here, so at least one of you is wrong. Which maybe plays into the clairvoyance shit, because like maybe she's really just in the future. But I don't care that you've gotten something wrong. What bothers me is what you've gotten right. So tell me, Tiana, how did you know there was a slash in exit corners? That's the name of the game, of course. Thing is, we've only ever heard the name. We've never seen it written. We've only ever said exit corners amongst ourselves, not exeter corners or exit/corners. The only way you'd have known there was a slash in the name is if you'd seen it written. Well, how do you know there's a slash?
Ink flashes Gemini in Tiana's direction.
A little bird told me. Did you kill Beth? I knew scent had been a bad idea.
It is RN!
Wah! So you are part of this.
Are you fucking serious? This is what I get for putting my faith in you? I'm not letting you get away with this.
Everyone get ready to grab her. We'll need to tie her up with something. Not sure what, but let's get her pinned. Great plan, Ink.
Ink took a cautious step toward her, the others following suit.
Oh, Ink. I'd like to see you try.
With the first opportunity to surprise even him, Ink looked at Tiana, arms outstretched in front of him. Fast though he was, Tiana was faster still, and she was off in a full sprint before Ink even got close. Between the bar's fixtures and the other contestants, she was relatively boxed in. Rather than outmaneuver the others, she opted to charge at full speed, directly towards Aether.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this is a fight.
Aether went for a grab as Tiana went close, but with the last minute swivel to the left, Tiana nimbly avoided her grasp. As she pirouetted around Aether's lunge, she fished for something that had been tucked into her corset.
Wait, Tiana's not just avoiding her, she's... No!
was over before it began.
Okay, I'm glad it's a knife or sharp object because I was worried it was gonna be a gun. Still not good, but nobody fucking move.
Tiana gripped the shard of glass so tight it was from the fucking painting.
Damn.
It was slicing her own hand. She seemed unfazed by it.
Damn it, she must have pocketed that from the scene of the crime. Let her go, or... Or what? You've got no leverage here. Listen well. Aether will be coming with me. I'd prefer her alive, but I'll cart her corpse around if I have to.
Ink!
Hang on, Aether. We'll think of something. No, you will not. You're going to do as I say, or I will hurt her.
Always a sweet talker, huh?
What are your demands? You're going to leave the Four Elements Hotel. That's what we were this close to finishing the game, but you all had to keep derailing it in the most aggravating ways possible. So you know what? This game is over. Sent?
Yes.
Of course he's watching. He's always watching. You're going to open the exit. They don't need the key cards anymore. Just let them leave.
Of course.
So he takes orders from you, huh? You're a fool if you think I'm going to stand here and answer your questions.
Everyone, please escape while you still can.
Shut your mouth and stop squirming so much. Come, we're leaving. Let's take a look at that head of yours.
What?
Sent, unlock this door for us.
As you wish. And with that, they were gone, retreating deeper into the labyrinth of hell.
So maybe this whole game was something... Oh, okay. Maybe this whole game was something to test Aether's, like, psychic or clairvoyance abilities.
So, before I forget.
Oh, smart.
Shut up! Jesus.
Damn, that's
This is
crazy.
bothering me. This is still bothering me.
The question marks?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very curious what the hell we would have missed. Like, I assume it, like, the other two were key cards. So, like, I would assume the first one would be, but, like, what did we do wrong that, like, wouldn't have allowed us to pick it up?
I assumed that it was... When did we pick up a second one?
So the second one was Ray's, so the first one that we got was Ray's ouchie, and then the second one was Liza's room, I think. Because we got it right away. They were like, as soon as he locked the door, the key card, but then we had to get out.
Sure.
And so we should have, I think in theory, got one with Beth, but
And then we never did.
for some reason we didn't. I don't know if that's a glitch or if we did something wrong.
Speaking of glitches, holy fuck. Aether trusts us that much, huh?
Apparently, so much that she suffocated Beth with her standing. That was bad. I'm sorry.
But then...
I don't know. When we're done with this game, I would be interested in like going back through and seeing like if there's something we
It's gonna turn
missed.
out that those 4 things are all needed to unlock the true ending, and it's gonna piss me off.
Oh, that's possible. I didn't think about that. Oof. That would suck.
Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm. Is it over then? She's just letting us go?
That's what it sounds like, yeah. The contestants should have been relieved. The exit had been opened, their lives spared, but an aura of defeat permeated the already gloomy room. I can't believe Tiana's part of this. Didn't think I'd get burned a second time, you know?
I know. That sucks, Ray.
In an act that surprised all three of them, Liza put her hand on Ray's shoulder. She was so much shorter than he was that it looked a little silly, but he seemed to appreciate the gesture. But why did she take Aether? What's so special about that girl?
Tiana mentioned taking a look at her head. I hope they meant it figuratively. She's clairvoyant, that's why. Clairvoyant? Like a fortune teller? Sort of. I don't think she could tell the future, but she knows things without having learned them. That's what her hunch was back there. She knew that Tiana and Sean split up for a short while, but didn't have any physical proof. Damn it all, I should have listened to her from the start.
Slow down. You're talking about psychic powers here. That's pseudoscience 101. I mean, how's that even possible?
I don't know, but I've seen enough that I'm convinced it's real.
Guess I ain't gonna question it at this point.
How do you know all of this anyway? Aether told me in confidence. She said that her powers were acting up more than usual today. Something bigger is afoot here. Something just out of our reach.
Ink looked at the monitor in the corner of the room.
Do either of you know how much time we have left before the four elements collapses?
Nah, but if I had to guess, less than 2 hours probably.
I see. I'm going after her. What? Are you crazy?
Tiana gave us a chance to escape and you're just gonna throw it away?
I can't just leave Aether hanging. Besides, I want to know the truth behind what happened to us, don't you? Sure, but I don't want to die for it. There should still be enough time left to save Aether, get some answers, and leave.
Tiana ain't gonna just let you waltz in on after her.
It looks like the puzzles are still online, see?
Ink motioned to the monitor anchored to the barroom wall. Sure enough, the puzzle from earlier was still on screen. It's still gonna be dangerous.
Exactly. Ink, you're making a huge mistake. I don't care. I can't let things end like this. Aether is... Ugh. I should have trusted her from the beginning. If I hadn't lumped her in with the other suspects, I could have kept her by my side. Get your head out of the clouds. I hate it too, but there's nothing you can do for her now. Don't forget that there's still one corner left. They've been getting worse and worse. You'll probably die in there. I'll figure something out. I have so far. Listen, I'm not expecting your sympathy or your help. The two of you could escape. Just call the police or something as soon as you figure out where exactly we are. But...
It's useless. Just let him go, Liza.
Fine then. Go get yourself killed if that's what makes you happy.
Neither one of them could look Ink in the eye. He had clearly disappointed the both of them in more ways than one.
I guess this is goodbye then.
Guess so.
I hope you can save Aether at least. Me too.
Watch out for Tiana. Ray strode over to the door, which Liza had been politely holding open for him, and walked through without looking back.
At least they've got each other. That's fine. I don't need them.
Cursing them under his breath, Ink moved over to the puzzle.
Time to focus. Hang in there, Aether. I can't believe these puzzles are still active. What the hell? I do think it's funny that it still says Ask Ink.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing, not him. Or he's playing, not us.
Yeah, I just think he's funny.
Anywho, you should go over there. You should come over here. You should swap. You should swap. You should swap. Oh shit, no, this has to be in the middle somewhere. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go, yeah. Can you swap that one and the one next to the up into the right one?
Here?
Maybe, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Hell
That
yeah.
just cool. Yeah.
This puzzle solving music is so sad. Sounds like it still works. If I'm remembering the layouts correctly, the next room should be an L-shaped hallway.
Naturally, Ink had been right. He strode into the room and made right for the monitor.
The puzzle here looks operational too. Good. Oh my god, is this what it means by gauntlet? We just have to solve like 12 puzzles in a row.
Probably. Upon closer inspection, this room's puzzle had yet another familiar theme. Ink couldn't help but smirk upon seeing it.
You're not going to stop me with that, Tiana. Oh shit. What was this again? Was this the substitution cipher?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think the K's are E's?
I was gonna say there's two K's and two U's. So maybe the K's are E's and the U is O's?
Yeah, that would make the most sense. Because it's either E or O, the K's.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
there's K at the end here.
So if it's something E H-I-J-K, so it'd be E-E-C?
that's what we have so far. No, it's not a cipher that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot the last one was kind of weird. Okay.
ZN is probably thought. This is probably thought. Which means that this is H? If I'm right?
Yeah, he'd the something door. He'd the
VGR. Blue?
maybe.
Heat the blue door?
Is it the one we're in right now?
No, we're at the.
We're in the black door? Why would you give a
Blue
message?
door is the one we're talking about.
I'm so sorry, what was that?
The blue door is the one where the Liza's corner, where Sean died.
Damn, so that doesn't even like do anything for us. It's like it's almost more like a way to rub it in the face.
Evening.
What'd you say?
Take key to the blue door?
Yeah, because that's like be warned essentially, right?
Well, whatever.
Mm.
So
Shoot, okay. Okay, what else could it be? The true door, the one.
it's not true.
Yeah.
We have
Hint
a T.
the.
Up, E.
Pale.
Wait, I shouldn't have shot you down, actually. Maybe, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. D. Oh, shit. It is a number cipher.
Oh, is it?
It's 6.
Mm.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K. D, E, F, G, H, I, J. T.
X, Y, Z.
U, S, T.
B?
U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So yeah, it's 6.
So would it be?
R.
Would V be then B?
S, T, U, V, W, X. One more time?
Is it forwards or backwards?
Forward. Or,
Forward?
No, it's backward.
It's back. Oh, it's backwards. Okay.
So,
T U S R P? Is it the pale door? Holy shit, I just picked that word out of nowhere earlier just because it was one of the few things that would fit. And I didn't think that was it, so that's fucking whack that was actually it. Easy enough. Sure, Ink, sure. Huh?
how many contestants were there originally?
5 originally at the very beginning, but we've speculated that there was...
How come there were only 4 doors?
See, that's what we speculated, is that it was designed for
4 people.
4, and then somebody got popped up at the last second, right?
Right.
But the real question is like, are we the unexpected 5th person? Or is it Aether?
Or there's a 5th door, the pale door, that we have to keep.
Oh. That could be it, yeah.
Ink scratched its head trying to recall the other wings layout.
That may have been the last puzzle. Assuming the wings are all the same, the next room is a corner.
Taking a deep breath, Ink cracked the door open and pushed on.
What? Oh, you
Oh.
fucking kidding me. More monitors, a door that leads deeper into the hotel, and no set pieces or obvious danger.
Gauntlet!
This doesn't feel like a corner at all.
Ink had a quick look around the room. Though many monitors lined the walls, there was but a single puzzle among them. The rest were simply blank.
I have to do them in order, don't I? Fuck. No use complaining. I can't waste any time. Let's start with number 1. You know, I give like visual novel puzzle protagonists a lot of shit, but Ink's pretty relatable.
Diagonals count as touch.
Oh yeah, I remember we had one like this.
Oh, you're gonna be annoying, aren't you? That's a diagonal.
Yeah.
You're gonna be annoying, aren't you? There.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, but the green
Yeah. The green or the white.
and the white, yeah. Shit.
There we go.
The white.
No, right. Fuck.
This is hard.
That's a diagonal.
Yeah, that's the thing is like diagonal kind of screws it up.
It has to be in this formation. The blue.
Because otherwise there will be a diagonal. Can you? Okay, hold on.
There it is.
Oh! No, the white.
No. Fuck. There it is.
Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, this is...
I had
okay,
it.
woo! Done. God.
Ing took a moment to compose himself. He hadn't been doing any exercises, and yet he still felt winded. Was it nerve? He shook it off to the best of his ability. What the fuck?
Huh?
Are they siphoning power? Brain power? Literal brain power?
Maybe it's kind of like a morphogenetic thing, but instead of them naturally, like, amplifying her powers, they're, like, using them to generate it or something like that. And that's why they needed 4 of them. Can't rest. Aether's in danger. So did solving that puzzle actually do anything? Where's the next one?
Ing glanced around the room. Sure enough, it appeared that one of the blank monitors now had a puzzle in it.
Just a little more. Oh.
Repeat pattern. Leave no tiles empty. 1, 2, 3, 5. Pattern.
Huh.
Mirror? No, I know what it is. Okay. I just need to get it right. So
Your
it goes
pattern
like
recognition skills are a lot better than mine because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It goes like that. Look at the shapes.
Like, all of them or like...
Like, just look at the arrows that they're making.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I see, okay.
Fuck.
Oh.
I'm right. You're mad. Oh. Wait, what?
So is it
No,
like...
fuck you. I'm right. You're mad. Is it like this then? Oh, fuck, I misclicked. No, I didn't misclick. I'm right, you're mad. Fuck you. No, wait.
Is it like the complete opposite? Like the last section's mirrored, kind of?
These two are mirrored, these two are mirrored. This is not mirror. This is not a pattern. This is breaking shit. I'm mad. I'm upset. No.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on here? Oh, fucking... Okay, so it isn't... I think the top puzzle and the top 2 puzzles are just showing you the pattern.
Okay.
And then it wants you to follow a different pattern that it's showing you on the 3rd row.
Oh, okay.
So it would go like... How would it go? That? you? Uh, uh. Is it the other one?
Oh,
It was the
okay.
other one.
Nice.
How the fuck was I supposed to know? Ink shook his head. The puzzles were all starting to look the same to him. Suppressing a couple of
Oh god, he's gonna die.
We're dying. Ink made his way over to the next monitor that lit up.
Can't stop now, I'm almost there.
3 circles into where?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What the? Oh, no, wait. No, wait. Are you asking me to do something like this?
Oh
Yes, you
yeah,
are.
yeah, that makes okay. I was kind of visualizing something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Nice.
Wheezing, Ink braced himself against the wall.
Damn, why am I so tired? Doesn't matter. Just one more, then we can go home. Is this the pale door? Just one more.
But Ink froze as he read the clue on the final monitor.
Enter password. This isn't a puzzle at all, is it? How am I supposed to get through? The password could be anything, right? How am I supposed to know what it is? Is it just the word password? Guess I just have to try. Oh, there's a give up option? What the fuck?
Wait. Didn't I? What was that number?
Oh, shoot.
379? I don't know why Aether mentioned that number specifically when they're... But it hasn't been relevant since.
Yeah? Hell yeah.
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah. 379. I still know what it means, but somehow I knew that was the answer. I mean, what else could it have been? Man, if you were taking notes and we just like flew past things, that would have been super annoying to have to like crawl back through.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't so much take notes as write a number and then doorknob.
Yeah,
Like,
but still, if
later.
you hadn't have written it down, and we would have just been like, I don't know, and then we'd have been like, what the heck?
It's such a weird Chekhov's gun.
Uh-huh. There's so much I still don't understand.
Confused, exhausted, and all around stressed, Ink nudged the door ajar. Simulation theory?
What is this place? This is how I know Ink's a good protagonist, because every time I think something, he just says it out loud or thinks it himself.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah? And two of them are red, which is Sean and Beth.
Yeah.
But okay, so if we're in a simulation, like, how are we seeing this? How are we seeing the simulation? Like, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe they still needed to analyze Aether, and therefore they needed a place inside the simulation to analyze Aether.
Maybe. What?
Ink stood near the desk at the far corner of the room.
How'd you get in here? Damn it! Sent told you the password, didn't he?
Aether did, actually.
Of course not. Did you really think I wouldn't figure it out? 379 of all things. 379?
What?
That's not the password. What are you talking about?
What?
What?
Did I find a master key?
Oh, something about that had very, like, Ryuki telling Tama the secret code vibes, and I was thinking, like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we got that and we weren't supposed to know it? Whatever, it doesn't matter now.
Ink! Aether was sitting awkwardly on one of the machines at the back. Whatever they were, their slanted design made them poor benches. She stood up as soon as she noticed Ink. I thought I told you to escape.
I'm not leaving. Not without you.
You came all on your own. For me?
Aether, shut up or I'll... Ugh, not now. Did she, like, fuck herself up? Or is she suffering from a sickness and she infected everybody else to try to get a cure?
Tiana lurched forward, just narrowly catching herself before she crashed into her computers. The hand over her mouth did nothing to stop the deluge of blood that came forth.
Aether, now's your chance. Run to me.
Okay.
I don't think saying the plan out loud is the smart option. I guess that's fair. I don't know.
Blood. The few seconds that it took Aether to sprint the length of the room seems to stretch on forever. Ink was waiting for something catastrophic to occur as she bolted past the bleeding Tiana. But nothing happened. Aether reached his outstretched arms with no problem.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
We need to get out of here. Sent!
Tiana's voice came booming from the back of the room.
Lock the goddamn door already. That's an order.
Master key? Yes, of course. No master key. Ink's heart sank as he heard the door behind him snap closed. Tiana, having seemingly recovered in seconds, approached the chair with a confident stride. Ink turned to face her.
Let us go. Not happening.
Rather than finish crossing the hallway, Tiana took a seat on one of the bedside stools.
We're going to wait here. All of us. You sure about that? How much time will you have until the hotel collapses? An hour? 2 at most? Tough break. We're waiting.
I don't think we have much of a choice. Though he had nowhere to run, Ink put as much distance between himself and Tiana as he could, making sure to keep Aether behind him.
So what is this place? Some kind of laboratory? Or is this a corner too? Neither. This is just our headquarters. It's not actually part of the game. At least, it wasn't supposed to be. You and the other contestants seem to have a habit of veering off course. Speaking of which, I've got to ask. How long has Scent been texting you on your Gemini? What should I tell you? Answer my questions, and I'll keep answering yours. You want to know the truth, don't you? Fine. Scent started messaging me shortly after we entered the black door. He told me to keep it under wraps. I guess he'd get in trouble if you ever found out. Loads. I never liked Scent in the first place, but at this point he'll be lucky if he avoids a refactor.
So you had something to do with its creation then, huh?
Only on the implementation side. I didn't do any of his design. Just how many people are involved with this game? Shockingly few, given the circumstances.
My father is one of them, isn't he?
Wait, what?
When Tiana was bringing me here, she said we were going to meet up with my father.
The whole father thing is just gross, but yes, he's involved. That's why we're all waiting here, actually. He's bound to arrive any minute. There's father. What the fuck? I don't even know his name, but everything I've heard about him paints him as an awful man. I suppose I'm not that surprised he's involved. Speak of the devil. Go ahead and unlock the door, Sant.
Voila! Ink turned towards the door, eyes narrowed and ready for anything. Or so we thought.
What is it? Is it ink? What?
Fuck you.
Okay, see, I was just thinking earlier, I was like, there's no guarantee that Sean is dead because, like, technically we didn't see him die, there was no body, but
Nobody knows that.
Did not think. What the fuck?
Guess I got some explaining to do, huh?
You were hitting on your daughter! What the fuck?
Finale.
Finale, oh my god.
You want to just go now?
Yeah, I think so, if you're okay with it. What the fuck? I'm so perplexed. I don't understand. Sean?
In the flesh. Told you I'd see you around, didn't I? Ink stood at the front of the room, unable to move, unable to think. Sean strolled toward him, not a care in the world. You gonna let me through or what? Taking the smallest of steps to the left, Ink could only stare in disbelief as his friend strode past. Hold up! Hmm? What's up? What's this about my father? Oh, that. Turns out playing the part of an irredeemable abusive father is super easy. That on the other end of the Gemini, that was... me, yeah.
So he's not literally your father.
Not waiting for Ether's reply. He was probably also Beth's kid.
Yeah. That would make sense. Damn.
Things grew increasingly muddled as he took a seat next to Tiana.
What's going on, Sean?
Easy, buddy. I just got here. We've got all...
Don't you buddy me! What the fuck is going on, Sean?
Why? Why are you... I don't understand. Whoops. Looks like I broke Aether.
I think I'm going to be sick. Oh, he wasn't joking.
Ink could feel the blood draining from his face. A little surprised, it felt like half of it was coming out there.
You can relax. It's over. Over?
Exit corner. Game's over. Done. Neato. You put up a good fight, but you've ultimately lost. Don't feel bad, though. The odds were always against you.
But I'm still alive, and I haven't escaped. That's irrelevant. You were never playing the game you thought you were.
Ink staggered backwards, bumping into the door behind him. It was closed again. Locked to boot. There was nowhere for him to go.
There's no point in trying to escape. I could see that.
Ink threw his head into his hands.
I have so many questions.
Hey man, I'll answer them. It's the least I can do after jerking you around for so long. Sean motioned to the bed. Here, have a seat. Ink and Aether complied. They whispered to each other as they sat down. What do we do?
Just stay on your guard for now. I'll try and think of something while we're asking them questions.
I'm scared, Ink.
Nothing's going to happen to you, I promise. Don't make promises you can't keep, Ink.
Now, where should I begin?
From the top. Very well. This housekeeping may take a while. We're done here, so feel free to log off anytime. What are you talking about? Sorry, that wasn't aimed at you. What the hell is going on?
Is it aimed at me? You'll understand soon enough. Just sit tight.
That makes me think simulation again.
Taking a deep breath, Ink managed to calm down just enough to stop shaking.
Go on, then. Exit Corners is a joint collaboration between Sean, myself, and our project lead, Nolan Thatcher. Oh! Liza's dad?
He's gonna have his own daughter to die?
Of course not. No harm was to ever come to her. Notice how Sean's completely fine? There was never any acid trap back in the black corner.
Oh, we were behind the blue door.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, turns out the person behind this has access to tons of cash. Shocker, huh?
Nolan isn't here, though. Just the two of you. Mr. Thatcher is both monitoring us and tending to our visitor. He's too busy with that to be here in person.
Strictly speaking, we're not supposed to be here either.
Then why? Sean and I are damage control. There was an overarching plan for how things were supposed to go down, but even before the first corner, you began to screw it all up. We were sent here to set you back on the right path. Why don't you take it from here, Sean? It was your plan, after all.
Sure thing. Ink and Aether practically leapt to their feet as Sean's nonchalant confession. Wait, you were the one to plan this whole thing? Not the whole thing, but most of it, yeah? I'm this game's designer. I was told you were an engineer, though. And I am, in a sense. But really, when have you ever seen me doing anything remotely engineering? Even you, Ink. Nothing. Ink had always just taken Sean's word for it. You see, bud, I'm what you call a social engineer. I'm good at making people do what I want them to. The more I know about someone, the better I can predict their next move. The plan was for you contestants to go through this game in a certain order. After clearing the first 3 rooms, you were to enter the red corner, followed by the green corner, then the black corner, and finally the blue corner. Of course, that's not what happened. Things started to go wrong when you deduced that Scent was speaking to you in real time. You weren't supposed to learn that until he told you later on. Then, you got on his good side and he gave you that damn choice. So, that shouldn't have been a big deal. In theory. But then Beth survived the green corner, which wasn't supposed to happen. Then, as a direct result of that, Ray ended up surviving the red corner.
Ripple effect.
That one was definitely supposed to happen. At that point, Nolan told us that we had to join you ourselves. It was pretty much the ultimate contingency to make sure that the rest of the game ran as smoothly as possible. You think if we hadn't found the painting, Tiana would have killed Ray at some point?
Maybe. I think that's entirely possible.
So it's true then. You wanted us to die. Correction. I wanted you to want to die, as some of you have already guessed. That's absolutely horrible.
You're lying.
Ink coughed up words between sobs. He was in no state to hold it up. What could possibly drive you or anyone to kill people in such a brutal way? Everyone's fine. It's no big deal.
People have died, Sean.
Nah. That is,
No, wait, what?
We're probably sipping tea as we speak.
So
Ray's arm isn't actually gone.
It is a simulation. They're all just like disconnected from the mainframe or whatever.
You aren't making any sense. Listen, you might want to sit back down for this.
I'm fine where I am, thanks.
I'm not kidding. Your body isn't gonna like it.
Oh. Ours certainly don't.
Yeah, there it goes.
The bug?
The bug only comes by when we question reality.
Oh. That's a good point.
Ink waited for bating breath for their wing to subside. They clearly had something to share. Finally, Sean spoke. It's not real, dude. Though we didn't understand, Ink immediately grew nauseous. The hotel, the bombs, the danger, none of it is real. Not the real you're used to, anyway.
Well, that's not quite true. We're real, our consciousnesses at least. Then what? Ooh. What's going on?
Ink could barely speak the words. His voice was suddenly hoarse, as if he'd just been screaming. Wiping his bloody nose on his sleeve, Sean lifted himself back upright. Hey, there's the rub. This place is an unavoidable side effect. The reason we had to kidnap you folks in the first place.
So what? Is this some kind of hallucination? Shared dream? You're not far off. The most accurate word to use would be simulation, but even that doesn't quite do this place justice. It's the culmination of years of hard work. There's nothing quite like it. Our internal name for it is corners.
We were supposed to exit corner. I noticed that.
Yeah, that's good.
How is it even possible? That sounds like science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? Unfortunately, this technology is far beyond either of you. There would be no point in getting into the nitty-gritty of it.
They don't feel like writing pseudoscience.
I was about to say, that's the author's way of being like, I don't know how to explain this, so we're just gonna skip it. Just know that this place is built on 3 distinct pillars. Proprietary hardware, cutting-edge software, and your own minds. You're right that I couldn't possibly understand the tech. Still, what do you mean by our own minds? It's... Ugh, damn it.
Easy there. Here, I'll explain. John leaned forward, resting his elbows against one of the beds. He was scanning the contestants with a wry smile, probing for a reaction. I wish I could draw. I want to draw this smarmy little asshole.
I hate him so much. If I didn't like him from the beginning, and it was just because he was gross and kept hitting on everybody, and now that I know that he's been behind this, I fucking hate him even more.
He's a social engineer. He was hitting on everybody to distance himself from everybody, so...
Yeah, apparently.
When he died... Because Liza wasn't supposed to die.
Yeah.
So when he died, no one would miss him.
I knew it was too suspicious of him to just be like, yeah, I'll die, it's fine.
Picture a table, yeah? Say it's 2 feet by 3 feet. 4-legged, made of wood.
Okay, now what?
Now, what color is the table you're picturing in your mind?
I don't know. Brown? You said it was made of wood.
There you go. Now, how heavy is it?
Maybe somewhere around 50 pounds? A little heavy, but I could probably lift it.
Good, good. Now, what kind of sound does it make when someone drops it down a flight of stairs?
Sorry, what's the point of this exactly?
Recreating an environment perfectly isn't possible. There are too many details to capture, too many edge cases to account for. Thankfully, we don't have to explicitly define everything ourselves. Your mind is already a repository for how things should look, sound, and feel. Your brain is even capable of making educated guesses for things you've never seen, heard, or done before. All based on past experiences. I don't know why he's Southern, don't ask me.
That's okay. So that explains how Liza can see, because she's been able to see before. They probably couldn't do the same thing with somebody who wasn't.
Who's born blind?
Yeah.
It's the reason you could feel the heat of a boiler room, or sever a man's arm, or fuck a book if you wanted to.
I forgot about that conversation. While we've explicitly defined as much of this world as we could, this place is largely constructed out of your thoughts, experiences, and assumptions.
Did we assume that 379 would work, and thus it got us into the fucking room?
Maybe. That would actually fit a lot. I kind of
We
like that.
assumed that it was a Chekhov's gun, and thus it was a Chekhov's gun. Fuck.
Yeah. I actually kind of like that. That's clever.
To put it simply, we're just presenting you with the bare minimum information, and your brains are filling in the rest. Having it explained that way, Ink finally understood what was going on. It all made sense. Too much sense.
Negative space. The puzzles have something to do with this, don't they?
Every puzzle that wasn't a word problem was something to do with negative space.
Yeah.
You know, Ink, sometimes I think you're a little too clever for your own good. You're right, of course. Since puzzles nearly all involve lateral thinking, they're perfect for priming your brain for the simulation.
Nolan wanted to make sure you were all constantly interpreting things in alternate ways. It makes your mind more likely to overlook corners or irregularities. A steady stream of riddles essentially makes the whole experience more believable.
Take it from us. You do not want to desync this thing. The mere mention of the word desync suddenly brought on another wave of nausea. He fought against his body, trying to suppress the malaise that surged through his, but it was useless.
So that's the bug?
A literal bug in the code.
Yeah. Ugh. It's a bug, alright. When your mind rejects this reality, it also rejects the virtual body hosting it.
Pain is usually enough to whip your mind back into alertness, but now that you know the truth, it'll only get more and more frequent. Corners won't work like it's supposed to. Is that why we were kidnapped? To make sure we didn't... I have never seen a frame of either vomiting up or wiping away blood from...
Yeah, that's true. I think she's the only one that hasn't really been, visually affected.
She's never mentioned being sick either.
Yeah, has she not?
To make sure we didn't know about this simulation? Pretty much. If you'd known about corners beforehand, you'd just be coughing up blood the whole time. We needed people who were completely in the dark. What was that other theory you had about either? AI?
I think so?
She doesn't have a real body to reject, does she?
Oh, maybe. Or either that or the reason why they're trying to study her is because for some reason she is good.
She's
She goes beyond.
perfectly in.
And they can't figure out why. But why did you need us to go through all this simulation in the first place? Why was exit corners even necessary? And why us specifically?
It's a kind of experiment, isn't it? Something psych-related? Of course you guessed that. You're way off, though. This isn't an experiment or research or any kind of test.
Then what?
It's a demonstration.
Oh yeah, they did say something about a guest.
Corners has shown incredible promise, but it's still incomplete, flawed, and the money's running out. Mr. Thatcher needed capital from an outside investor to take this technology to the next level. Now, I can't claim to be an expert when it comes to the business side of things, but after reaching out to some private investors, one individual stood out as being our best possible sponsor.
Who? Do I know this person?
I'm not at liberty to say. Just know that they've got more money than you can even imagine, and they were ready to drop an ungodly sum on corners. They had one stipulation, though. We had to demonstrate that the tech worked.
Then why aren't they here instead of us?
Because their body would reject.
They'd just be coughing up blood, remember? Like Sean and me. Not only is it painful, but it's also dangerous. We couldn't take a risk like that. The investor was, understandably, disappointed. But they didn't back out of the deal. They'd invest if only we could prove one thing to them. One damned thing.
The investor in question is peculiar, to say the least. See, we had to prove that this simulation could not only emulate real life, but actually surpass it. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. At that moment, a wave of realization washed over him. He'd spent all day searching for the truth, but now that he'd found it, it threatened to smother him. Now, how do you suppose we did that?
By making us choose this world over the real one. By having us choose to die here rather than return.
Bingo! It was an eccentric request from an eccentric individual, but the reward was too great to pass up. Despicable! You took advantage of not only strangers, but some of the people who trusted you the most.
It had to be people we knew. The better you know someone, the easier they are to manipulate. And, ultimately, we thought it was likely that we'd be forgiven in the end.
For maiming someone?
Yeah.
In Minecraft?
For real. Well, you're wrong about the last bit. This isn't something that I can forgive. Not yet, maybe, but given enough time and a little monetary compensation, it was predicted that you'd each come to forgive us. You're talking about the bitch who couldn't even look money in the eye after her whole family died in an earthquake. And who's been making these predictions exactly? Was it you, Sean?
Who else? Clutched his chest, trying to aim to say.
Be honest with me, Sean. Why have you been hanging out with me for this past year? Did you throw your friend in here at the last minute, thinking he'd forgive you? Or were you just grooming me for this from the start?
Hey, just because I thought you were a good fit for the project doesn't mean we aren't really friends. This poses an ethical question. Can social engineers be friends with anyone?
Yeah, that is actually a really good question.
Give it a year's time, my guy. We'll be knocking back pints and laughing at all this.
You manipulated me!
I did what I had to do for the sake of the project. Come on, man, don't be a sore loser.
But I didn't lose. None of us did. Nobody chose to die in the end. Beth was murdered, but that shouldn't count, right? And the rest of us all came through. Nobody gave up.
Ah, yes, and that's where we arrive at this part of the presentation.
Oh boy.
Exit Corner's success or failure doesn't hinge on a single person. Rather, the success or failure of Exit Corner's project is based on the average outcome of all. Each corner's purpose was to have a specific contestant choose to die, but they all went about that in slightly different ways. It helps to diversify, you know? In one instance, we recreated a scene from someone's past so vividly that they nearly chose to stay in that moment forever. We engulfed a man's present with such incredible pain that he was pleading to have you end his life. We took a young woman with a bright future and gave her an even greater sense of purpose. Finally, we demonstrated just how advanced artificial intelligence can become with Corner's help. There it is. Ink instinctively turned to the screen closest to him, one of the monitors up on the machine to his right. It began to flicker and pulsate as if it knew it was watched. That piqued your interest. Sen's voice echoed from the ceiling. It had lost the lively inflection that Ink had come to expect. It seemed far more robotic. The screen shone in a bright blue hue, eventually dimming to reveal Sen. It had been a while since Ink had seen Sen actually appear in person. Ink refused to approach the screen. He didn't want to step away from the only door leading out. Hello again.
Is this the part where you goad me into killing myself? Because it's not going to work.
I'd never dream of it. You must realize I would never hurt you, Ink.
Yes, you would. If those two ordered you to, you'd kill me in a heartbeat.
Alas, I have no heart with which to beat. All the same, I don't believe I can harm you, even if commanded. They may be my masters, but they don't have complete control over...
What'd you just realize?
I don't think Sen was lying back in Ray's corner.
Yeah?
I think Ray unlocked something for Sent.
So, did he, like, take over whatever was originally supposed to be in that section, and then the pain thing happened anyways? Like, he was supposed to do something else?
The pain was always going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think Sent replaced a puzzle with his actual code.
Interesting.
Their actual code?
Yeah, I don't know. Then why have you done so many awful things?
I follow their orders not out of obligation, but out of fear. As my creators, they are capable of subjecting me to anything they wish. Torment, torture, even death, if such a term can be applied to me.
Torture? How's that even possible?
You've seen me distressed before. Imagine that emotion intensified a billionfold. I'm capable of choice, yes, but I am equally capable of suffering. That's what it means to be sentient.
So all of this was just to avoid punishment?
You're not blameless either, eh?
I have nothing to do with this person.
Of course you do. You all do. Remember how Corners works? We only provide the outlet. SENT. Remember that?
Yeah.
Scent is an amalgamation of what we expect Scent to be, all four of us.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Remember how Corners works? We only provide the output. Your collective minds fill in the rest. In short, your assumptions about the creepy, vaguely sinister mask help form his creepy, vaguely sinister personality. So why is it in love with...
I was gonna say, so did we just assume it would be in love with us? What?
Pretty incredible tech, huh?
So, he's it then? Your magnum opus? The crown jewel of exit corners?
Sean laughed. Bud grinned plaster on him. Actually, no. This is just the prototype. Just when Ink thought he'd had it all figured out or not lodged itself in his gut. I'm starting to narrate one Sean now, but...
Then who...
A sharp glare from Sean was all that it took to cut Ink. Not that it
Oh
truly
my
mattered.
god, Avast free antivirus, now's not the time.
Ink already knew what Sean was about to say. I'll give you a hint. You're in love with...
No. She can't be.
That's why Sen's in love with us.
Oh, okay.
It's a reflection. Aether, face flushed, stared in disbelief. It's not true, Ink.
I know. He's just trying to screw with me.
Oh, Ink. Denial is such a bad look on you. I mean, I knew you'd fall for it, but I thought you'd at least realize the truth when I laid it out in front of you.
But...
Am I crazy or is the screen, like, pulsing?
No, I don't think it's doing it right now, but I think it has done it a couple of times. Like, there's been some weird flashes that I've I've noticed that. Yeah.
Ink bared his teeth, just barely avoiding a full-on panic attack.
Look at her. She's clearly human. She's too real to be anything else.
By your standards, maybe. I'm curious. Why can you accept this world as a fabrication, but not her?
You can't just make up a person like that.
Yeah, you can't just break the human consciousness down into one. Eesh, you're really coming apart at the seams, huh? I know I'm real! Of course you think you... Okay, that's enough horsing around. I'm gonna have to take you offline before things get out of hand. What? Ink ignored her, looking to Ink instead. Know that this is a mercy. Kill all non-tertiary processes on Unit 1. Override code 75 prime. The girl began to claw at her own neck, howling like a thing possessed. She tore and tore and tore, removing her shawl, glasses, hood, anything that could get between her nails and her throat. She began to squeeze, shake, pull apart.
Jeez.
And then she stopped. She was gonna be our fucking corner.
Oh. Yeah?
There was gonna be a choice. She was gonna get trapped somehow. The choice would have been stay with Aether or leave the hotel.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Everything stopped. Complete silence. There she stood.
Oh?
In fact, that's all she did. She wasn't even breathing anymore. This still was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Ink fell to his ease. Why had he even entertained the thought that he was right? You didn't have to be ugly, Ink. I tried to tell you, but you just wouldn't listen.
Why, Sean? Why would you do this to me? This has to be the cruelest...
Ink wiped his mess of a face on his sleeve.
cruelest thing.
Sorry, bud. Not to call you a schmuck, but I figured our best chance at this was getting some schmuck with girl problem. Someone who'd come rescue her, even if it meant his life. We had to improvise a bit, but hey, it all worked out in the end. You had an easy... Oh, fuck, we already failed.
Hey, yeah.
Corner.
I was about to say, no, she wasn't past tense our corner. She is our corner, and we...
You had an easy way out, and you didn't take it. You followed Aether all the way here, even though it was likely to result in your death.
But why would you go through all that trouble just to humiliate me?
Ink rose from the ground, snapping at his spear with all the rage of the Tempest. Had he ever been this upset before? Don't you get it, dude? Aether is your corner. Ink could only stare at her, stupefied.
Don't feel bad. She was created for this exact purpose.
Exactly. I designed her with you in mind. I guess I am her father in a way.
I still think it's pretty gross.
All abusive positive shtick was pretty important, I think. Really helped play up the whole I need to be rescued vibes.
So everything? It was all to get me to like her?
Not everything, but a lot of it, yeah. Waking up in the same room as her was an important first step. The implication that you slept together was enough of a push to give you the idea that you two had chemistry. Now, a normal woman would have been deeply unsettled by the fact that they'd woken up in a hotel with a stranger, but not her. Aether was hard-coded to love you unconditionally. Which is why her trust meter is going off the fucking edge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And really, that's all it took. The rest, well...
The rest I filled in myself.
Exactly. Sometimes too hilarious dream. I mean, clairvoyance? Seriously?
Hold on. You didn't give her that ability?
Hell no! That'd have been way too suspicious. What we did do was plant the answers to each of the puzzles deep inside her subconscious. We couldn't have you dying or getting stuck on us after all. So if we question Aether enough times, does she just give us the answer eventually?
Maybe. Kind of sounds like it. But then how did she know about Tiana? About my scar?
Technically, she's capable of knowing everything all of you do. She's largely made out of your minds after all. We've been running multiple pull routines to ensure that none of this stray information actually reaches her, but I guess some of it ends up slipping through the cracks. I'll be honest, I nearly had a heart attack when Ray caught her in an obvious slip-up. But in the end, your subconscious thought it was more likely that she had a supernatural power than that she'd portray you. You can't make this shit up. And kick the nearest bed in concentration.
I'm an idiot. Such a fucking idiot.
Nah, not an idiot. Just naive. It's all that reading you do. All those stories of love subplots that come out of nowhere. All those love interests that seem to have no other purpose than to romance the lead. I can't believe shitty romance. I can absolutely believe that he's a fan of shitty romance novels.
Yeah.
God.
That tracks.
He made you perfect for falling in love with someone just 24 hours. Truth be told, there were a few points where I'd worried you'd figure it out, but you endured the truth even when it was staring you in the face. I mean, I haven't named her Aether. Cheeky, huh? Tiana kept telling me that one was too on the nose, but I just couldn't help it. But you didn't think anything of it, did you? You and your books and your weird name. I knew you'd eat her right up.
I did think it was weird how the two of them had like the weirdest names in the whole thing.
Sean couldn't seem to keep the grin off his face. It was as if this was the funniest thing in the world.
So you're done tearing into me yet?
Hey, you said you wanted answers. I'm just obliging.
Okay, that's enough. You've had your fun, but it's time to head back. Staying here this long was dangerous enough as it is.
Yeah, when you're right, you're right. Come on, Ink. Let's get that thing out of your back of your head. Tiana began to type away at the workstation back.
I'll be the last one out. For now, just get comfortable and... Wait! There's one last thing I want to know before we leave.
Anything. What's up?
Sean.
Are you about to ask about the voice in your head?
Why did you swap places with Eliza in her corner?
God,
That is
damn it.
true, because if the whole point was to get them to choose.
I think the fact that she had chosen Liza, she chose to die.
Was
That's
enough?
proof enough. Yeah,
Maybe.
that's proof enough for the investor. And then it was instructed that Liza be put through no pain. So she couldn't die via
That's
death
true.
So they had proof of concept. They said, hey, she chose death. She has chosen death. This is her choosing death right now. And then they said, hey, we can actually hurt her. Fuck it.
You said that Beth was alive. The implication that getting killed here wouldn't affect you in the real world. So then why was it necessary to prevent Liza from taking those pills? It doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, you've been lying to us. Oh no.
It's hard, it has to be.
Then Ray was supposed to die, and Beth actually did. Hey, don't look at me.
Listen, I did what I had to do.
It was you then. You killed her.
She could have lived if only she hadn't suggested that we regroup. You know as well as I do that if she entered the black corner, she'd have taken Liza's place in a heartbeat. It would have undermined the whole corner. Of course, I didn't know Liza still had the pills on her. Oh well, mistakes happen.
Do you seriously expect me to trust you after you admit to killing someone? Sorry, but my trust reserves are running a little low right now.
What other choice do you have? You're locked in here. Sean was right, of course. It's trapped.
I've got to be ready to make a break for it. But how do I get out of here? Oh, there was that option, I guess.
A singular thought infested his mind. It was the only person, that he had left to this disposal.
Well, if it doesn't work, it's not like the situation can get any worse.
He looked back at the door leading out. It was sealed with an electronic device, as most stores were in place.
What if I told you I was going to pick this lock?
I know you can't pick locks. You don't even have any tools.
Doesn't matter. What's important is that I intend to pick this lock. Would you consider that cheating?
What are you... The shaking was fiercer than it had ever been. Send had clearly gotten the message. Ink, having expected it, was the only person to not fall over. Well, that wasn't entirely true. Aether hadn't so much as budged. Her balance was uncanny. But could she be considered a person any longer? Against his better judgment, he ran forward and grabbed her by the wrist. To his surprise, she didn't fight back. She didn't resist when Ink pulled on her either. She seemed to follow without protest. Aether in tow, Ink turned towards the door leading out.
Scent, listen to me. These people, your masters, are going to hurt me. You're the only person who can prevent something horrible from happening. So please, if you really do care, Scent, you will open this door. Yes, thank you!
As they began to file through their only exit, a voice cried out from the back of the room. Stop! What are you doing, Ink?
Anything's better than putting my fate in your hands. So I'm leaving, on my own terms. That won't work. We didn't design anything past the exit. It's nothing but negative space out there.
Then it'll be easy for me to fill. Smiley face.
Your mind will just make everything up. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, you have no idea what's gonna happen out there.
I'll take my chances.
Ink ran to the neighboring room. He turned to close the door, but it seemed to automatically shut behind him. I'll take care of that. You should focus on escaping. Ink turned to face Scent's voice. It was coming from one of the monitors along the wall. I've locked the laboratory door and opened all others, including the exit.
Scent, I...
Don't let me distract you. I'll only be able to hold them off for so long. I have a kill code, much like Aether. I'm sure Tiana will use it on me the moment her hemorrhaging ends.
And you still helped me, knowing they'll kill you?
I did. And here you thought that I'd be the one to spur you to suicide. Ink glanced at the laboratory door. What the fuck, by the way? Knowing that their time was short. Why did he feel so guilty all of a sudden?
I wish I could hate you.
I beg your pardon?
I wish you were the malicious AI I'd imagined you to be. I wish that you were the mastermind behind exit corners. But you're not. You're just a product of circumstance. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're completely innocent. But you're not beyond redemption. So, thank you for giving us a chance.
You're very welcoming. I do love you, you know?
I won't forget it.
Our time grows short. You ought to leave. Or you could...
Oh no! Scent? Oh crap.
Aether had moved an inch from where Ink had left her. Why had he even brought her along? Perhaps he simply couldn't let things end the way they did.
Come on, we need to go.
Ink continued to pull her along. She offered no resistance. It was as if he were pulling at air. And so they ran. Back through the hallways, bars, studies, all the way back to the hall. It looked the same as it always had, with one key different. The exit was open.
Holy shit. What in the world? Sean wasn't kidding. It's seriously messed up out there. Still, doesn't look like I have much of a choice. If it's unsafe, I'm pretty screwed anyway. I'll just need to take it slow. Here goes nothing.
Ink didn't bother to poke his toes into the void or throw him in front of him. Instead, he took a single confident step beyond the exit. The writhing darkness that swallowed the sky didn't grow any closer to move forward. Alien though it was, the strange landscape had done it. When he turned around to face Aether, he was surprised to find no hotel behind him. In fact, there was no building there at all. In its place was a window into the hotel, green air. He could see Aether on the other side. If she was somehow aware of what was going on, she wasn't.
Aether. Can you understand me? I'd like you to follow behind me if you can. Yeah, didn't think so.
Ink went back to the exit and pulled Aether into the exit.
Guess I'm gonna have to drag you the whole way, huh?
The girl offered no response. Aether turned to space, eyes shining. They seemed to glow even more brightly in the dim.
You probably can't even tell what I'm saying. That's fine, Ugh. I'll just have to find us a way out.
Ink looked back over his shoulder. The darkness.
We run, then, as far as we can. That's as much of a plan as I've got. It'll have to do until I can think of something better. Come on.
And with that, they departed. Even pulling Aether behind me. Ink ran faster than he'd ever run in his life. That's what it felt like, at least. The only way Ink could tell how far he was run by periodically looking over his shoulder at the hotel. The pane of bright light, a window into the four element, was the only thing Ink could discern involved in. It grew smaller and smaller as he ran, eventually growing so small that it... No one apparently in pursuit, Ink quickly turned to... As he let go of her hand, she returned to what seemed to be her deep...
For what it's worth, I'd like to believe you're still in there somewhere. I guess that's why I took you with me. Even if you're not real, and even if I am a fool for falling for you, I just couldn't leave you hanging. If there's even the smallest chance that you're still in there, I wanted to get you away from the monster that did this to you. I figured you'd appreciate it. Aether? Is that actually you?
Sighed.
Side? What side? Come on, Aether. If you're in there, give me a sign. I just need some kind of sign.
Doesn't that sound a little familiar?
That's fine by me.
Listen closely, and I think you'll understand what she's trying to...
You! I thought you'd left.
There was no explanation offered for this voice in my head. It's
No,
likely
not
just...
yet.
It's likely just real Ink communicating with...
Maybe, yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to make any assumptions. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know at this point.
And miss the exciting conclusion? I think not. Oh, it's the fucking investor, isn't it?
Oh, that would make sense. You've been awfully quiet then.
I'm an observer, Ink. A gentle breeze. It was never my intention to change the game. Even now, whether you live or die is entirely up to you.
So who are you, really?
I think that's something you're better off asking once you've made it out alive. Please don't mind me. I only wanted to offer you my 2 cents in regards to either.
It's a very you answer. Hey, Aether. Aether?
Though Ink could see for miles in every direction, Aether was nowhere to be found.
Dang.
Curious.
Where could she have gone? I only turned away for a second.
There are still many things we don't know about this. Though, is that not someone over on the horizon? Looking back at the 4 elements, spotted a solitary figure backlit against the light of the hotel. But it wasn't Aether. It was Sean. These features were indistinguishable at such a... But there was no mistaking its arrogant gait. He was headed straight for Ink.
Dang. This just got really terrifying for some reason. Damn it.
Shia LaBeouf. Looking for either will have to wait. I think it's about time I shut up for good. This is your moment, not mine.
Will we ever speak again?
That's doubtful. Which is a shame, because I feel like I got to know you quite well in the end. I'll take solace in it. Farewell, Ink. Now, to watch. Ink turned to Sean once more. The man had significantly closed the gap in the time I'd speaking to Ink. All Ink could think to do was run. He turned away from Sean and broke into a forlorn sprint. Not daring to look back, Ink continued to run as fast as his legs could carry him, but he couldn't quite outrun that sense of dread, nor the nausea that followed. Taking a moment to wipe the blood from his mouth, Ink made the mistake of turning around. In spite of Ink's pleasant running, Sean had made it even more distant. How is that possible?
This is the most fucking
If this kept up,
terrifying.
Sean would be on him in mere minutes. That left only one course of action.
Can outrun him. I'm not sure why, but I can't.
Sean has a very vivid imagination. That's
I
what's
was-
happening right
My guess is that he just believes that he can catch up to him or something like that.
now.
I'll need to stand up to him then.
Ink contemplated what he should do with the precious few minutes he had before Sean reached. But what could he do in such a short time? He had no means of defending himself. All he had on him was his Gemini, and
Oh.
once again, the Gemini is the answer. And the letter Beth had given.
Oh.
Shit!
Listen, if for whatever reason I don't survive exit corners, I need you to open this envelope the moment you escape.
Oh shit! It's the moment we escaped.
Yeah. If something happens to me, so be it, but this letter must make it out of here. The moment I escape. I've escaped the hotel, technically. Is that enough? It'll have to do. Sorry, Beth. Looks like I need your help one last time.
Ink tore open the seal and peered inside the envelope. To Ink's surprise, there was not one, but two separate letters in it. The first was addressed to Liza. The second was addressed to...
Nolan Thatcher. That's the one I'm reading then. I don't know if anyone's listening anymore, but Nolan, if you're out there, pay attention.
Ink unfolded the letter and began to read aloud.
Dear Nolan, if you're reading this, then I've passed on as a result of your game.
What the fuck, Beth?
Yeah, Beth, knew way more than she was letting on, I think. While I'll never know whether my death was intentional or simply happenstance, I'm positive that you knew it was at least a possibility. Was I so poor a mother that you would have me killed? Was Nolan really Earl?
Yes, it was.
Oh my god. I can only hope that's not the case. There are countless things I want to say to you, but my time grows short. I'll have to focus on what's important. I suggest that you do the same. First of all, as you've likely guessed, I know who you really are. I'll continue to address you as Nolan throughout this letter, because if I am being frank, that's who you are now. You're still my son, of course, but your life is your own. So we kind of were right on the everybody's related theory.
Yeah.
I don't know how you managed to convince me that you were dead all of these years, but I suppose that if one has enough money, such things become possible. The logistics no longer matter to me. I'm not upset at you for buying a new name or a new life. I don't blame you for wanting to start over after all that happened. What I do blame you for is neglecting to tell me that my granddaughter was still alive. Are you aware of how much grief that would have spared me? I suspect I had to believe she was dead for this game of yours to work, but you were a fool to think I wouldn't recognize my own family. You were correct in that I couldn't identify her based on how she looks or acts. She's changed a lot since she was young, and I've forgotten much in my old age. Oh my god, the earthquake, was it blinded her?
I guess so. Holy shit.
Oh my god, oh my god! But I will never forget her laugh. When she laughs, the whole world lights up and our family is whole again, if just for a moment. The moment I figured out who this Liza really was, a realization dawned on me. Not only were you involved with exit corners, but you had a large part in orchestrating it. You acted as contact for both of us, after all. If you had really been trying to help us, you'd at least have told me that my granddaughter was with me. If I had to guess, you're now probably wondering why I didn't speak up if I knew the truth. To be honest with you, I'm having difficulty putting that into words myself. If I had to pick a reason, it's because I ultimately still trust you. I know that somehow this grand plan of yours is all for Liza's sake. I can't understand how or why, but I know you wouldn't go to such extremes unless you thought it was for a good reason.
Is he trying to restore her sight? Like, for real, though?
Maybe. That's the only thing I can think. I knew that you would never do anything to hurt your daughter, and so I let the game take its course.
When did Liza laugh?
I know, I was trying to remember that myself, but I genuinely don't. But I couldn't let you become a murderer. I couldn't just sit idly and watch as you had Ray give up on life. Do I really have to explain to my own son that killing is wrong? Nothing, no matter the reasons, no matter your ambition, is worth taking another person's life. I am posthumously absolving you of my own death. Not only do I forgive you for it, but I took this road knowing full well where it might lead. So help me, Nolan. I pray that I'm the only one. One of my fellow captives has likely delivered this letter to you. Even if they've escaped the hotel, and even if Exit Corners is over, I'm sure you still have some measure of control over them. But I still trust you to do the right thing. Do you understand? I'm asking you to listen to your mother one last time. Let these people go. And after you've let them go, take responsibility for what you've done. Help them recover. Look after them. They'll need your help, and they deserve it too. They're bright, determined, and compassionate. You'd like them if only you got to know them. Know that I have always loved you, Nolan. Always. Even when we didn't see eye to eye. Even after you had kidnapped us. Even as you murdered me. I loved you because I know what wonderful things you're capable of. I've seen you be kind, caring, and responsible. You have so much potential. My final request is for you to live up to it. Let them go. Your mother, Elizabeth March.
Ink continued to stare at the letter, not believing his eyes.
So the Nolan is...
Say, what you reading?
Nothing that concerns you.
Ink took the letters back into his jacket. So, are you done with your little temper tantrum? Ink didn't deign to answer. Not that it mattered. Sean was happy to keep rambling on. Seriously, making me come all the way out here?
I didn't make you do anything.
Trust me, I wouldn't be out here if I didn't have to be. If I'm being honest, Ink, I'm starting to get real annoyed with you. Exit corner... That's you.
Exit Corners is over. You said it yourself. Why do you even care what I do at this point?
Think I could just check out of here anytime I want? not safe to leave the simulation while other people are still frolicking around in it, firing off brainwaves. Could lead to synaptic overload, apparently. Long-term damage. Now, I don't know what that's like, but I'm not interested in finding out. It's safer for all of us if we leave corners in sync. You get me?
So you need me to get out of here yourself?
Yeah, exactly. We need Ray and Liza, too. Tiana's fetching them as we speak. Anyway, let me walk you back.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Ray and Liza didn't log off?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, what the fuck?
Buddy, come on.
Never. And I'm not your buddy, Sean. Not anymore.
Now that's not a good time to suddenly be rebellious, you little ink. It won't work out the way you expect it to.
We'll see about that.
I'm serious. The way I see it, you got two options. Option one is to come with me and leave corners with the rest of us. Cooperate with me and you'll wake up safe and sound in the real world.
Assuming you don't kill me outright before I wake up.
Well, option two is for me to kill you right here, right now. Not the ideal outcome, I'll admit, but at least your mind won't be active anymore. That means an easy exit for the rest of us.
So it's that easy, huh? You'd kill me just like that without so much as a second thought?
Sean simply laughed. You want to know the reason we chose you? The real reason? 80-year-old shut-in, a sheltered homeschool little blind girl, a lone wolf with an irreparable social life, and an unremarkable English student who cut all ties to his family. You're losers. All you. Fucking losers. Being here is a risk. A huge risk. There's no guarantee any of you would have survived. Still no guarantee of that, actually. We've never done anything like this before. But you know what? Nobody would miss you if you died. Any of you. To put it simply, you're worthless. Ink sealed himself in a deep breath, hoping his expression didn't betray the panic he felt inside. He couldn't afford to lose face. It would just give Sean more power over him.
So this is what you're really like, huh? A sociopath? A murderer? You're doing this all for, what, money?
Not just money. Clout. Stability. I don't know about you, but I'm more than happy to set myself up for the future. I want a good life.
Even if it means robbing someone else of theirs?
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy, as I found out earlier today.
You're pathetic.
Sean thought that was funny, apparently. He thought everything was funny. Ink looked beyond Sean, back at the hotel. The screen of light was minuscule in the distance.
For a while there, I thought there'd be some benevolent explanation behind everything. I really did.
You get thrown in some death game and you think that someone's doing out of the goodness of their heart? You really are naive.
So be it. I'd rather be naive and hopeful than whatever the fuck you are.
Ah, where'd this backbone come from, huh? I'd almost be impressed if I weren't so... frustrated. Sean looked Ink dead in the eyes. His face was devoid of a... Time's up, Ink. Sean approached gliding steps. Terrified, Ink couldn't help but back up himself. His mind raced with the many ways Sean might try to murder him. Fortunately, he caught himself and cast those thoughts aside.
No, damn it. If I want to get out of here, I've got to focus. He knows that I can't outrun him, so he's being deliberate. Careful. If I break into a run, he'll be on me in an instant.
Instead, still backing up, Ink tried to match Sean's pace. Blessedly, that hadn't prodded Sean to speed up. Not yet, at least. Ink was thankful. He needed as much time as he could get.
If there's one thing I know about you, Sean, it's that you love the sound of your own voice. I'll probably buy myself a few moments if I can get you talking. I know how you did it.
What?
Beth, I know how you killed her.
Is that right?
You asked Scent to trigger an earthquake when Aether was in the furthest room, like I did back in your headquarters. They're not so bad if you know they're coming. You used that opening to slip past Aether.
Congrats? Not sure what you're trying to accomplish here.
Crap, I expected him to challenge me on that.
Sean sped up ever so slightly. Ink mirrored this change in spirit, but it was tough. It was difficult for him to walk backwards with any semblance of speed.
What else have I got? I'm not worthless, you know.
Is that right?
Being an introvert doesn't make me worthless. Getting carried away with stories doesn't make me worthless. Wanting to fall in love, wanting a partner, doesn't make me worthless.
Oh, please. You just wanted to fuck her. Not that you even properly could.
You're crossing a line, Sean. Christ! I thought you were better than this.
You did. Well, I am about to kill you. Sean sped up. Again. Panic set in.
If I walk backwards any faster, I'm probably going to trip. Doesn't matter that the ground is perfectly flat.
Then, an idea.
Hold on a second. This place really is made up of our thoughts and expectations. Sean?
What now? Ink took out his Gemini and held it around. He made sure Sean was looking at it. Then he dropped it. The two of them were transfixed on the device as it fell through the air, plummeting down towards the floor. Except that there was no floor.
There had never been a floor.
Ink repeated the words to himself in his head, then aloud. The Gemini continued to fall further and further, all beyond the bottom of Ink's souls until it was swallowed by darkness. What are you?
We're about to fall.
The floor gave way as the words left his lips. Oh hey, it's the fourth charge.
Yeah.
Ink surrendered to the air. It was relaxing in a way. Behind him, below him, he could hear Sean screaming.
I wasn't wrong, you know.
Ink doubted Sean would be able to hear him. Not that it mattered. This was as much for him as it was for anyone who else. They might be listening.
Call me naive if you want. I am, I admit it. But that doesn't make me worthless either.
Ink felt a calming chill envelop him as if he were buffeted by a strong breeze.
I think the time you spent in corners has distorted the way you think. The contestants, we aren't disposable just because you think we are. We aren't devoid of worth because apparently no one would care if we died. Corners may run on negative space, but the real world does not. You can't measure someone's value by the hole they leave when they're gone. These people you think are worthless, I've seen them pull themselves back up from the very brink of hopelessness. All of them. It's incredible. Let there be a lesson to you and me. If they could turn things around, then so could we. If they could find hope, happiness, then so can I.
There was nothing left to say. Ink closed his eyes and relaxed, letting gravity take the wheel. And so we fell. And fell.
Oh. Out of bounds exception object guest 004. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. Whoo! Oh, we got the third key.
Huh. I remember where we got the second key.
Yeah?
It was after the valid puzzle.
After the what puzzle?
Remember the puzzle that was like, oh, it was like a word puzzle, right? You had a bunch of letters. It was telling us to, fuck. It was telling us to, make a bunch of word, like upwards and horizontally. And it was a cute. It was like a 3x3 letter puzzle.
Yeah.
And then I spelled salad going.
Oh, yeah, okay, I do remember that one, yeah.
I don't think we got the third key until last time when I entered 379. And then, because Tiana said, that's not the fucking password. I think these keys are alternate puzzle solutions.
Oh, really?
Which means there are two. One,
Interesting.
there's at least one other puzzle that has an alternate solution. And I bet that we get a different fucking ending. Hey, there's an epilogue.
Interesting.
Do you want to go through it, or you want to?
Uh, shoot. I don't know. How long do we think it'll be? What's your guess?
It can't be the length of the last chapter.
Yeah,
I think it'll be pretty short. Just checking up on the real world, maybe.
yeah, we can try it.
Okay. Make sure you call it if we're going too long.
Okay. It's spring, technically. Sure doesn't feel like it, though. You can feel the cold seeping in from outside. I've been pacing around in here for what feels like forever. I know it's not the same room as before, but it still stirs up bad memories. Especially considering you-know-who is mere feet away. Upon reflection, I probably should have asked to wait elsewhere. Oh well, might as well stick it out at this point. They said I was free to leave, and though I'm kind of dying to get out of here, I'll never forgive myself if I passed up this opportunity. This might be my only chance to meet with him. And I'm stuck waiting for... Oh. You're back. How'd it go?
It's like Burley from.
Oh, yeah. Oh my fucking god, he fucking
his
dead.
arm wouldn't move after he got electrocuted or something.
Yeah.
Bad.
Sorry to hear. Any updates on the arm?
That's none of your business. Listen, I'm only here to let you know that he's ready to meet.
How do I get to his office then?
Stairs at the end of the hall. He's on the floor above us.
Thanks. The trip is a short one. Though this apparently used to be part of the university. The building's on the smaller side. Most of the rooms here appear to be empty, though the odd office is stuffed with computer parts and medical equipment. Doesn't seem like this place sees a lot of use. I spot him through a doorway after climbing the stairs. He waves me in.
Welcoming. Forgive the mess, please. Please, have a seat.
It's good to finally chat with you one-on-one, Nolan. Oh, give me 1 second. Yeah, I guess we're still good. My stream is having, like, network errors, but I think we're still live, so... Or should I say Earl?
Just as you change your name, so have I. Nolan is my name now. Please address me as such.
Fine, Nolan it is. It's still hard to believe that we've been at Belbridge U this entire time.
We aren't on campus, strictly speaking. I annexed this building a number of years ago in exchange for some property downtown. It belongs entirely to me, though few people are aware of this.
Makes me wonder what else you're hiding.
That's why you're here, though, isn't it?
Smartass.
I have quite a lot to attend to today, but I've blocked out what I hope is enough time to answer your most pressing question. I'll answer everything as honestly as I can. I owe you that much.
Good. Let's get right into it then.
Indeed. First off, I'd like to offer an apology for, well, everything.
An apology? Are you serious? Your mother is dead. You think an apology is going to fix things?
Of course not. There is no fixing what happened. Not completely. I will, however, take the steps necessary to right the wrongs I've made to the best of my ability. It all starts with an apology. You can thank my mother for helping me come to my senses. Though I managed to secure the capital I sought, I can't help but feel that the project was an abject failure.
So they gave you funding in the end? This sponsor? Oh? Okay. Did I lose you? Okay, the Discord having issues, but I have enough internet to still stream. Not sure what's up with that. Not ideal. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna do this epilogue next week. So, if you were watching, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't know what the hell this game is. Crazy shit right now. So, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!